Hi there, welcome to BoxPred. This is my prediction for the very intriguing fight that's happening this Friday, the 29th of July. It's actually an eliminator for the IBF Junior Welterweight title between Lamont Peterson and Victor Cayo. Now, the records show that Lamont Peterson has 28 victories, 1 loss, 1 draw, around 48% knockout ratio, whilst Victor Cayo has 26 victories, 1 loss, no draws, around 64% knockout ratio. Now this is extremely close fight, an extremely difficult one to call for me, because both guys could cancel each other out. And really, I really want to predict a draw in this one. I'm very tempted just to predict a draw. That's just the way I see it. But I'm going to predict a victory for Victor Cayo by decision. Let's talk about Lamont Peterson briefly. He lost to Timothy Bradley, I think it was 3 fights ago, by decision. I think he had problems with the movement of Bradley, making him chase, making him come forward. And he drew in his last fight against Victor Ortiz, who is now fighting Floyd Mayweather, and who defeated Andre Berto. But he did go down in round 3 against Timothy Bradley, and he was down twice in round 3 against Victor Ortiz. He does have a tendency to get caught when he's being pressurized, Lamont Peterson. Now, how does Victor Cayo fight in this one? Because his only loss on his record was against Marcos Maidana. And if you watch the highlights of that fight, Cayo pressurized Maidana, and it was almost as if he was trying to prove something, as if to say he wanted to go in and outbang the banger. He was having a lot of success, and he was really pressurizing and pushing Maidana back, and really just unloading on him. But then he got caught coming onto the inside, and then later in the fight was stopped. The problem Cayo has is he's a good mover, and he is a decent boxer, as is Lamont Peterson in my opinion. But on first glance, it may seem that Cayo would like to fight on the inside on this one, but I think he really needs to stay sort of outside and pick his times, and he needs to keep the punch volume up, but he really going to the inside could cause some trouble, and here's the reason why. What Cayo has a tendency to do is he comes inside and he doesn't have any defense. He will attack with a flurry, and then he will stick around and leave his head exposed, and leave leave himself exposed, which is what Maidana, somebody with punch power, was able to take advantage of. So whilst Cayo is good at attacking and putting pressure on the inside, he is vulnerable to being countered because he really does not defend well. And even on the outside, I do have questions over Cayo's defense. I think Peterson has the sleight of hand, the speed to be able to take advantage of this should the fight come to the inside. I think Cayo's game plan really should be to go back to his basics, go back to his movement, and try to outpoint Lamont Peterson. The difficulty is with predicting this fight. If the fight should end up on the inside, Peterson is actually not that bad on the inside, and he has decent hand speed to be able to counter, like I've said, Cayo's defenseless mode. However, Cayo is quite extreme in the attacking sense on the inside, and Peterson has been known to succumb and be put down by pressure like that. Can Peterson withstand the pressure that Maidana withstood against Cayo early in the fight? On the other hand, should the fight end up on the outside, Peterson still has the decent boxing skills to be able to hold his own against Cayo, but then he also struggled against the movement of Timothy Bradley. Therefore, can Victor Cayo move around and cause problems for Peterson in catching him? And also, there's a question mark over Cayo stamina-wise because he's only ever gone 12 rounds once. And those extra couple of rounds, are they going to make a difference if the fight is still close? Whereas Lamont Peterson is he's gone to 12 more often, and he's had both guys have really not fought a wealth of very good opposition, but they've had one or two fights each that have been really good opposition. So for me, this what I think is going to happen is it may be a mixture of inside and outside fighting, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of knockdowns in this fight either way. But I think that the fight will go the distance. Even though Cayo was stopped in his only loss, that was against Maidana, who has bigger punching power than either of these guys. And Lamont Peterson, his only loss was a decision, and he's never been stopped. Even though he's been put down, he's always managed to come back. So I'm just going to go with Victor Cayo by decision. Like I said, I think it'll be very close, and I thought that a draw would be a real, a prediction for me. But if I'm going to take a guy, I'm going to pick Victor Cayo by decision. I just think he has a bit more punch volume than Lamont Peterson. And the other thing is, can Peterson make Cayo respect his punching power? And I'm not sure whether Cayo will respect that. I think Cayo is the type of guy that can keep coming forward and won't really back down. And I think that he could basically outwar Peterson in this fight. So I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's really intriguing. I'm really, not even really sure what to expect, and I really think it's going to be an exciting fight. And there is talk of the winner already fighting Amir Khan. So watching this one with interest. I'm sure many of you guys will be too this Friday. And that's my opinion. So Victor Cayo by decision. Please let me know what you guys think. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to detract. Please, do subscribe to my channel if you like it. Thanks for watching as always. This is BoxPred and I'm out.